Hi everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Now, I just want to thank everybody before I start with my solar eclipse reading. I just want to thank everyone for being here, for coming back, for subscribing to my channel, watching my content, liking, subscribing, commenting. I really appreciate your presence here. It really makes a difference to give me this motivation to keep going. And I promise I will be posting more content going forward. I'm just kind of still coming out of the changes that I experienced, over the last year. So I'm getting there. I will be posting more content going forward, definitely. So I just wanted to thank everyone for being here. And, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, because this is going to help me grow my channel. So having said that, let's just begin with our solar eclipse reading. Now, we just had a lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th of March. Now, there is another one coming, not a lunar eclipse, of course, a solar eclipse in the sign of Aries on the 8th of April. Now, this is going to be massive. Now, with the Aries Libra eclipses began last year in the month of April 2023, and it's going to go on until March 2026. So there's a lot of changes, transformation happening on the Aries Libra axis. Now, what is Aries and Libra? Aries is the sign of self, and Libra is the sign of others. So it's about self and relationship. So our dynamic, how we present ourselves, not just for others, but also for ourselves. Are we there for ourselves or not? That is what this Aries solar eclipse on the 8th of April is going to be all about. Do you show up for yourself? That's the main theme of the solar eclipse on 8th of April. Now, this eclipse happens at 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. So if you go back to your chart, your natal chart, and just see where Aries sign sits in your chart, that's the area that will be in focus. Now, the eclipse energy unfolds over a 6 months period. So starting from April, 6 months down the line until October. So you'll see the energy of the solar eclipse unfolding over that period of time. Now, what is a solar eclipse? Solar eclipses are basically new moon situations. Sun and moon are together, but it's eclipse. Now, eclipses are wild card to change. It's a catalyst to change, transformation. And these are opportunities that come in our life to shake things up. It's kind of a nudge from the universe to, move along, move forward and make things happen for yourself. Start this new journey and really embrace these courageous new beginning, these bold new beginning that the universe is sending our way. So that's what we are doing here. Now, this is the North Node eclipse. So here the changes that we are embracing or the journey that we want to take on may feel unfamiliar because it's a North Node energy, but it's important to not block our blessings during this time and over the next 6 months period. So Aries is a fire cardinal sign. So here it's very important to be bold, courageous, authentic, be proactive, be self-focused, because it's all about you. Aries energy is the self-focused energy. It's about your needs, your wants. How do you see yourself going forward? That's what you are incorporating during this solar eclipse. So here it's very important to, just to focus on yourself, your needs. Self-care is very important during this time, because ultimately what you want to achieve going forward is self-growth in wherever your Aries sign sits in your chart. Now, you just go back to your chart and see if you have planets in the sign of Aries. If you do have, then you will feel the effect of this solar eclipse a bit more personally, a bit more significantly. So just have a look, and especially if it's around 19 degrees. But even I would say if it is in the sign of Aries, you will feel that energy definitely. Now, the Libra lunar eclipse that occurred on the 25th of March was all about releasing. And what did we release? We released this people-pleasing behavior. We released all Libra matters, any toxic connections, cutting ties, seeking validation externally to ourselves. With this Aries energy, we are seeking that validation within ourselves because we have all the qualities we need to move forward. And that's what this Aries energy, Aries solar eclipse is kind of showing us. So here it's very important to kind of be a little bit more focused on these new journey that we want to embrace, or this new path that we want to walk on. It needs to happen from a place of your own needs. That's at the forefront, because we have released with the lunar eclipse this constant need to seek validation from others. and what we are moving towards is trusting ourselves, showing up for ourselves, feeling what we feel, really connecting with our needs, really connecting with what is within us more than what is external to us. So that is very crucial with this solar eclipse in Aries. Now, this eclipse is going to show us where we have not been authentic to ourselves. That's the main, theme with this Aries energy. Aries is, as I said, it's a fire sign, it's a cardinal sign, it's all about movement. It's a very action-oriented sign, it's a fiery energy. So there's a lot of enthusiasm, there's a lot of, impulsivity as well. There can be recklessness and brashness and aggression. So we are trying to, project the evolved side of Aries rather than the unevolved side of Aries here. So here it's very important that we are being authentic, original, courageous and bold, and not being reckless and brash and just plain rude to others. We're not trying to be aggressive with others here. We're trying to put our point forward in a meaningful way so that we can have this new start, new beginning, and really connect with what aligns with us, really project our inner core, to be honest. What do we feel truly from within? That's what we are trying to project here. So that's what this Aries solar eclipse energy is going to be all about. Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde during this Aries solar eclipse, and it's retrograde in the sign of Aries. So you got the solar eclipse energy and you got the Mercury retrograde there, and also Chiron is there. Now, Chiron has been in Aries for many number of years, and it's actually exactly conjunct the solar eclipse. So this is all about healing. Now, what are we healing here? We are healing here our sense of self. If we have not stood up for ourselves, that's what we are healing. We are healing any wound or any vulnerability around our identity, our mindset, our vitality, our self, our sense of self, basically. So that's what we are healing. And with this Mercury retrograde energy, what happens is when Mercury turns retrograde, our thinking can be a little bit unclear, okay? So we may be unsure of this new beginning. Now, obviously, it's a North Node solar eclipse as well, so there is a sense of unfamiliarity as well. So combined with the Mercury retrograde, which brings this, uncertainty and lack of clarity and all that. So here it's important to introspect, go within, and bring this new energy going forward. And really, it's important not to block your blessing during this. That's very important. That now the ruler of this Aries solar eclipse is Mars. And Mars is conjunct Saturn during this time. Now, when Mars conjuncts Saturn, what happens is we are trying to overcome this obstacle through determination, through pure courage. So that's what we are doing. So any challenges, obstacles that may come your way during this time, we are releasing that. We're healing ourselves. And this is all around our sense of self, identity, how we see ourselves, basically, going forward. Now, I will obviously discuss all the 12 zodiac signs and how the solar eclipse affects each of the 12 zodiac signs. So let's just begin with that. And just look at your chart, where your Aries sign sits in your chart in the zodiac wheel. That's the area that will be most affected. Now, obviously, Aries Libra axis is being affected since last year. So you can kind of see the combination of Aries and Libra wherever that sits in your chart. And the axis is definitely supercharged during this eclipse, but particularly with this solar eclipse, it's your Aries energy that's in focus. So we have released the Libra energy and we are moving towards more Aries energy. So let's begin with the 12 zodiac sign and see what's in store for you over the next 6 months following this solar eclipse. Let's begin.
Hello, my lovely Aries. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Aries, this total solar eclipse is occurring in your sign on the 8th of April at about 19 degrees Aries. So, here your self is in focus. It's very much in. So, here your self is in focus. The Aries energy is in focus. Now, if you have a rising sign or sun, moon in Aries, or even other personal planets, say Venus or Mars or Mercury in Aries, then this solar eclipse will be very much felt by you, very much significantly and personally felt by you, especially if you have these planets or angles around 19 degrees, I would say. But even if it's in the sign of Aries, you will feel this energy. Now, solar eclipse is a time of new beginning. Now, it is a new moon situation because sun and moon are both in the same sign. It's in the sign of Aries during this time. So it is about new manifestation, it's new intention setting. So it's all about new beginning. But it is an eclipse. So eclipses are like massive nudge from the universe to bring a change, to bring a new beginning. Now it is Aries energy. Now Aries is a cardinal sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. So here it's all about boldness, it's all about courage, it's all about self-assertion. It's about powerful new beginning. Now this is kind of a wild card to change. So here we are birthing something new, something brand new, and we are taking this step forward in a very bold, courageous way. So here any issues or challenges that may come about will have to be dealt in a bold way in order to move forward. Now, all this is happening in your first house, Aries. Now, first house is the house of self. It's the house of your identity, your vitality, your overall health, your how you project yourself, how people see you, your life path, your destiny, and all that. So here you will experience some sort of major life changing event. Now, the energy of this solar eclipse will be felt over the next 6 months until full moon, which will be in September, October. So here you are experience. So here this change will not fold straight away, but you will feel the energy, especially on a subconscious level, because it is a new moon. It's more on a kind of it's more on an emotional level. So you are making these changes, you're preparing for these changes emotionally first before you implement it in a more stable physical way. So here you are focused very much on yourself. Now, Aries, the Libra lunar eclipse that we just had was about releasing our old ways of relating, our old ways of not just relating with others, but also with ourselves. Now, obviously, your relationship house was in focus that time, but with this solar eclipse, it's about you. So, this is a time to show up for yourself, Aries. Here, it's important to be your authentic self. Your self image is very much in focus during this time. How others see you, your appearance, your vitality, all that is in focus. So it's very important to take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your goals, whatever you want to achieve for yourself, for your life, all that thing that fulfills you personally is in focus during this time. Now, obviously, Aries and Libra axis is activated for you, Aries. So your first house and seventh house energies are activated with the lunar eclipse in March and this solar eclipse and all that. So there can be a possibility of new connections as well, and this can be personal and business either way. So this could be new connections, new soul connections that will help you to kind of assert your own will, and also how you show up in a relationship with yourself and others as well. So that is very important. Now, in order to be successful in life, Aries, it's important for you to show up for yourself. It's important for you to assert your will, what you desire, and very much put yourself in the focus, very much put yourself in the center of things, and not entertain anything that is not aligned to your soul purpose, to your own well-being and all that. So here you're asking the question, are you fulfilled with where you're heading? If not, you need to go after what fulfills you, Aries. Here there's a chance to begin something new. And this something new starts with you first being true to yourself. So prioritize yourself, your needs. Now, there's no need to be brash or overly assertive or aggressive during this time. Now, Aries energy is bold and courageous and all that, but here we are kind of asserting ourselves. We are presenting more evolved side of Aries. So we are asserting, we are leading, we are being more courageous and bold and aligning ourselves with what is best for us. So here it's important to take your own path, Aries, and validate yourself, even if it goes against other people's plan for you. Doesn't matter. You are asserting yourself. You deserve better, Aries. And that's the focus here. Now, whether it's in terms of your own self or relationship, whatever that might be, Aries, you are focused on what is good for you. If there's a relationship that goes against other people's idea of you, it doesn't matter. You are taking these bold actions to bring these connections, relationship, interactions and all that in your life. And this starts by being true to yourself, Aries. Now Mercury is retrograde during this time in your sign, so here there may be some sort of a blockage to your thinking, or you may be unsure of how to move this forward, or you may be even unsure of if taking these new steps or stepping into these new path or initiating these new journeys is going to be good for you or not. But rest be assured, Aries, this is an eclipse and it is a massive nudge from the universe for you to begin these journeys now. It is important that you begin these journeys, because otherwise you will be blocking your own blessings. So do take care of yourself, Aries, and really bring these major changes in your life and show up for yourself. This is going to really motivate you towards these new beginnings, and this is really going to motivate you to move towards these new beginnings. Now the ruler of Aries is Mars. So the ruler of this eclipse is Mars, and Mars is with Saturn during this time. It's conjunct Saturn. So this will give you major determination to overcome any obstacles that may come in your way, Aries. So this is a great time to really bring these changes to your sense of self, your identity, and your vitality going forward, Aries. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Taurus. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Taurus, the Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April at about 19 degrees Aries. Now, Aries is your 12th house, Taurus. Now, this reading is for Taurus rising, if you have sun or moon in the sign of Taurus, or even, personal planets or stellium in the sign of Taurus, then your Aries 12th house will be activated. Now also look if you have planets in the sign of Aries, any personal planets, because this solar eclipse is going to trigger those energies, those planets in your 12th house. Now 12th house is the house of subconscious. It's a house of rest and retreat. It's a house of taking a break. It's a house of spiritual expansion. It's a house of interconnectedness. It's a house of endings, closure, solitude. It's a house of your past energies, past hidden patterns as well, subconscious patterns. It's a house of well-being and healing and all that. So here, Taurus, with this 12th house solar eclipse, there's going to be massive changes, massive shift in the way you see your own well-being, in the way you connect with yourself, your inner self, your spiritual side, your well-being, and your instinct, your intuition, your faith, and all that, Taurus. Now sun and moon are both in the sign of Aries during this eclipse, so it's all about new intention setting. It's about setting these attention in a bold way. These new beginnings that you seek during this time needs to be taken in a bold, courageous way, because Aries is a fire sign. It's a cardinal fire sign, so it brings out that energy. Now eclipses are a massive nudge from the universe to bring a change, to start anew. So here we are seeking something new in a bold way. Now it's all about self-assertion, because that's the Aries energy. It's about courage. It's about being it's about bringing these new beginning in a powerful way. It's a wild card to change. The solar eclipse is going to be a wild card to change in your 12th house matters. So here we are birthing something new, something brand new, and we are taking this step forward in a very determined way. So any challenges faced during this time, Taurus, will have to be dealt in a more, forward thinking way, more courageous way, so that these new beginnings can come about. Now, it is in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is a house of, rest and retreat and all that. So here, it's all going to be about your soul connection, your own connection with yourself, your inner self, your inner world. it's about your spiritual journey, it's about your intuition, it's about your faith. It's all going to be about spiritual expansion. So here you're taking these bold step forward towards your own spirituality, Taurus. Now this can be a very magical, mystical experience in the way you connect with yourself and others, because we just had a Libra lunar eclipse, which was in your sixth house of work and health and daily life and all that, all physical aspect of life. Now 12th house is more of the non-physical, it's more the unconscious side, the subconscious side. So here there is a need to really connect with yourself and also take rest and rejuvenate your energy, because that's very important. Your own well-being, your own health is very important. So you are taking bold steps towards your own well-being as well during this time, Taurus. So it's very important to protect yourself, your health, your mental health, and all that. It's very important to trust your instinct and trust your own judgment as well, what you want from life, because Aries is about self. It's about taking these bold actions, bold steps forward through self validation, not worrying about what others say, what others do, what others think of the steps that you're taking forward, Taurus. So even if others don't understand what you want to achieve, it doesn't matter. If you understand what your path forward, that's what is important here. So these bold new beginning is going to be very healing for you, because you are prioritizing yourself, your well-being, your own sense of self, your inner peace, your solitude, your peace, and all that. So this is a lovely time to get to know yourself as well, in solitude, by yourself, within yourself, through your spirituality, by connecting to your subconscious self, by looking at your past patterns, and kind of bringing this new energy by releasing dependency on others and depending on yourself for your well-being, Taurus, moving forward. So Taurus, use this time for introspection and to heal yourself. Now if you're in a situation where there may be a long distance relationship kind of situation, because Libra is a relationship, Aries Libra axis is the relationship axis. So if there is distance in connections or loved ones, or this may not just be a physical distance, this can be emotional distance as well. This is the time to really connect with yourself and understand the gaps in your connections. Where do you overly depend on other people? Is there a people pleasing behavior going on? So here, this is what you are being called to go your own way, and this is going to be all happening within yourself, in your intuition, your instinct, the way you connect with yourself. It's all happening in your subconscious. It's all happening within yourself. You may not even realize this in a physical way in your life during this time, because it's all happening kind of naturally within your unconscious, subconscious. Now here, dreams can be very vibrant as well, because Aries energy is fire energy, so it can be kind of vibrancy in terms of the messages you receive, and this is all going to add to your spiritual journey moving forward. So it's going to be a time of connecting with yourself. More importantly, once you connect with yourself, Taurus, you can connect with others as well. Now Mercury is retrograde during this time, and it's in retrograde in the sign of Aries. So there can be some kind of blockages in your thinking, or you may be unsure of what you are trying to achieve here. But it's very important to not block your blessings, and trust the process, and trust this eclipse to bring these massive changes in the way you see yourself, your own existence, and your own path. Now, the ruler of this Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this eclipse. So this is going to be all about, overcoming obstacles, being determined to overcome obstacles in order to move forward and in order to bring these new beginnings going forward, Taurus. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Geminis. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Geminis, the eclipse occurs on the 8th of April in the sign of Aries at about 19 degrees Aries. So the sun and the moon will be together conjunct in your 11th house. That's your Aries sign. That's where your Aries sign sits, 11th house. So the focus is going to be in your 11th house matter. Now, 11th house is a house of your ideals. It's a house of your vision. It's a house of your contribution. It's a house of your friend circle, network, community, your value system, your group value system, your career values, your hopes and wishes, your long term gains and plans, and all that, Geminis. So, here, this Aries eclipse is going to bring these bold new beginning in your 11th house matter. Now, 11th house is a house of your soul tribe as well, your soul connections. So here, this Aries eclipse, which is a fiery cardinal energy, is going to bring these powerful new beginnings in 11th house matter. Now, here you're connecting with your soul tribe, Geminis. Now, Geminis, if you have any personal planets in the sign of Aries, then you will feel the energy of this solar eclipse more significantly. Now, it's going to be all about new bold intention setting, new beginnings, and all that, because eclipses are this massive nudge from the universe to bring change, to start anew. And solar eclipse, this is a total solar eclipse, so it's a very powerful energy. So this is your great chance, Gemini, to bring these changes. Now, even if you're not ready for these changes, the universe will push you in that direction. So the changes that an eclipse brings are unavoidable. It happens to move you forward in life, to move you forward on your new journey, on the new path. Now, it's going to be all about boldness, courage, self assertion, because this eclipse is a wild card to change. We are birthing something new, something brand new. We are taking this step forward in a bold and courageous way. Now, any challenges faced here will have to be dealt in a courageous way in order for you to have this new start. Now, here, the focus, Gemini, for you is on your long term desire, your long term gain, your future plan, your hopes and wishes, how you connect with others, your visions, your ideals, and your long term contribution, your group activities, your friends, soul tribe, and all that. Now, Geminis, this eclipse is going to bring you a solution to a problem, and this is going to be all about a new support system going forward. Now, the eclipse energy unfolds over a period of 6 months. So, starting from the 8th of April until the next full moon, which is in September or October, you will feel the energy of this eclipse unfolding over the next 6 months period. So it's not going to be on the 8th of April. You will feel this energy unfolding over the next 6 months. Now, this eclipse is going to bring you new people in your life. You will be meeting new people. You're out and about. So here you're connecting with people that are aligned to your purpose, to your path, because 11th house is a house of long-term vision. It's not the short-term gain, it's the long-term vision. So you're connecting with people who are aligned to your purpose, to your energy, to your value system, going forward, Geminis. So connect with people who fulfills you and who values what you value. Now, it is an Aries solar eclipse, Gemini, so it's important for you to have this courage, the authenticity, and the honesty to connect with new people. Now, it's important to initiate new friendship, connect with new people, new encounters. All these are very destined. Solar eclipse is a very destiny oriented kind of energy. It's very fated. So people you connect going forward, they are fated to be in your life to add to your journey, to add to your purpose going forward. So it's important to build this network, your community, new friends, new people, new connection, new soul connection, new romance. This can be personal, romantic, business, whatever that might be, Geminis. It's important to open yourself up to these new energies. Feel bold and courageous to do that in the process. Now, it's important for you to feel free to be yourself as well. There is no mask needed during this time. It's very important that you are yourself. Now, we just had a lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th of March, which was in your fifth house. Now, fifth house is the house of pleasure. So here you are letting go of your old way of looking at life, basically, Geminis. So you're letting go of any pleasure seeking behavior or living a party lifestyle, or instant gratification and all that. You're releasing these need for instant gratification, and you're focused more on your long-term gains, your hopes and wishes. You want to move forward, Geminis, and that's where the focus is. So it's very important to not seek validation with your old connections during this time, and be bold enough to not wear mask. Be bold enough to be yourself. Even if others don't understand where you're heading, it doesn't matter. It's important to take these bold step, and go forward on your own. Aries is very self-oriented energy. It's important for you to release this constant need to seek validation from others, especially the ones who don't understand your true self, or doesn't understand the path that you want to go on, or those who don't understand your vision. You need to release those people. It's also important to release any shame or guilt that you may feel about being yourself, just because you were associating with yourself with the wrong kind of crowd, Geminis. So here you are, not being fake, you're being true to yourself. It's very important to be true to yourself in the way you see yourself in the future, Geminis, your future energy. Now, Mercury is retrograde during this time, and Mercury is your ruler, Gemini. You're ruled by Mercury. Now, Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Aries. So here there may be some sort of blockage in thinking, or you may be unsure of taking this bold step forward. So there might be a lot of rethinking about your releasing the old energies, old connections, old friendships, old people pleasing behavior as well. So here it's important to release and not worry about what others think, because Aries is very self-oriented energy. You have to be bold to bring these new beginning, new connections, new people in your life who will align with yourself, and your future self. Now, if you have been all about giving and not getting in return anything, this is also asking you, the solar eclipse is asking you to release those behavior. Be true to yourself. It's very important with this Aries solar eclipse to be true to yourself. Show up for yourself, Geminis, and really move forward. It's very important to feel free to be yourself and connect with people and vision that you associate and that aligns with you, basically. Now, the ruler of this Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this time. So it's going to be all about determination to overcome any obstacle. So any challenges that you may face during this time, you need to have this boldness about you, to overcome these challenges in order to move forward and bring in these new massive shifts in your life going forward, Geminis. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Cancer. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Cancer, the Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April at 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. Now, solar eclipse is a time of massive shift, because the last eclipse in the sign of Libra, the lunar eclipse on 25th of March, kind of was a time of release. And this solar eclipse in Aries is time of new beginning. Now, if you have rising sun, moon, or any personal planets in the sign of Cancer, then this reading is for you. Now, do have a look at your chart. If there are any planets, personal planets especially, in the sign of Aries, especially around this solar eclipse degree, then you will feel the effect of this solar eclipse a bit more personally, a bit more significantly. Now, solar eclipse is a time when the sun and the moon are together, so they're conjunct. Now, sun and moon here are both together in the sign of Aries. Now, new moon is a time of setting new intentions. Now, it is a solar eclipse, so here we are setting really new intentions, new beginnings, brand new beginnings that is going to literally change the course of, your future events going forward. Now, the effect of an eclipse unfolds over a period of next 6 months, so you will feel the energy over the next 6 months. Now, eclipses are massive nudge from the universe to bring a change. Now, as Aries is a cardinal sign, a fire cardinal sign, here there's a need to be more bold, more courageous, and really be more self-assertive in this new beginning. So it's a powerful new beginning. It's a wild card to change. we are birthing something brand new, and we are taking this step forward in a bold and courageous way. Now, all this happens in your 10th house, Cancer, because that's where your Aries sign sits. So here you are bringing these massive changes in your 10th house matter. Now, 10th house is the house of your career, your legacy, your soul driven goals, your vocation, your life path, life direction, your image, reputation, authority figures, and all that. So here something will shift where your 10th house matters are concerned, some massive shift. Now, with the lunar eclipse in the fourth house that you had on 25th of March, you were releasing emotional dependence, the need to seek validation from others. You were releasing all that. Now you are seeking a new beginning in the way you project yourself, your reputation, your image, your career goals, your future plans, and all that. So here something may feel off a little bit because it is an eclipse, and eclipses are massive nudges, so it's not easy. Eclipses are never easy. It does bring new changes, new shift, but it does not come easily, Cancer. So something may feel off in your career, or there may be a kind of a sense of competition in your career matters during this time. So a new fresh start in your career, a new attitude, new ways of thinking, new ways of approaching your professional and business matters is very much needed. Now, here you could also start a new career, maybe a new, something do entirely new, or maybe you are building up on what you're already doing, or you could start a business, whatever that might be. So you are definitely wanting to start something new, and you want to take a new approach to your careers and professional matter. Now, this is a time to dream big, Cancer. Don't sell yourself short during this time. Don't let past dictate your future. And by past, I mean your past pattern, your fears, your vulnerability, your doubts, shame, guilt, anything around your career approach or your reputation or how you see yourself, your worth and all that. Don't let all that dictate where you want to go. Now, you could feel pressured around this eclipse as well, because this eclipse will be squaring your sun. The Aries eclipse is going to be squaring your sun. So these new bold beginnings may be faced with some challenges. There may be some kind of challenges from authority figure, or in your career matters, in your job. There might be some challenges you may face from authority figures and all that, your bosses, managers, and all that. So it's very important here to deal with all this in a courageous, sensible way. And now, don't be brash or aggressive during this time, because that is not going to help you move forward in a healthy way. So it's important to move forward in a courageous way, in the bold way, and in a very authentic way, true to yourself. That's very important with this Aries energy. You need to have these bold new beginning around your career matter in a very authentic way. Now, new promotion or putting yourself out for career advancement is also a good idea. So definitely seek out what you want, and seek out the career line or the job that you connect with, that fulfills you, that satisfies you. Now, don't seek validation from others during this time, because the Libra eclipse in the fourth house was all about releasing these people pleasing behavior, or the way you relate to others. You're releasing all that. So don't seek external validation during this time, and just seek validation within yourself, Cancer. Now, there might be some childhood wounds as well that need to be released during this time in order to move forward, because the things that most stop us or hold us back are our childhood conditioning, negative, unhealthy childhood patterns that we grew up with. So those needs to be released. Your inner child wound needs to be healed in order for you to take on, these future prospects, these future opportunities, and really seek this validation within yourself. Be true to yourself. Feel free to be yourself where your career matters are concerned. Now, this is the time to become more visible as well, because 10th house is the house of the spotlight. It's the most visible house. So here you are not holding yourself back, and moving towards these leadership opportunities, that will make you shine at the end of the day, Cancer. So it's important to really approach your career matters in a bold, courageous way, Cancer. Now, Mercury is retrograde during this time in the sign of Aries in your 10th house. So there may be some kind of blockages in your thinking, or you may be unsure about what to, do, how to advance your career, or how to perform better in the job, or seek that new promotion, or deal with authority figure and all that. So here it's important to trust your instinct, trust the blessings of this eclipse, and really embrace the opportunities. Now, the ruler of this Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this eclipse. So here again, you are very determined to overcome any obstacle that may come your way. So Cancer, this total solar eclipse in your 10th house, in the house of your career, is all about fresh start, new attitude, new ways in the way you approach your professional business matters. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Leos, this Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April in your ninth house. Now, eclipses are a time of this massive change, massive shift. Now, there was an eclipse in the sign of Libra on the 25th of March that was all about releasing. Now, this Aries solar eclipse is all about new beginnings. Now, it happens in your ninth house. Aries is your ninth house, Leos. So here, ninth house energies are in focus. Now, if you are Leo rising, or you have sun or moon in the sign of Leo, then this reading is for you. Now, do have a look at your chart and see if there are any planets in the sign of Aries for you, because if there are, then you will feel the effect of this eclipse more personally, more significantly. Now, the sun and moon are both in Aries during the solar eclipse because it's a new moon situation. Sun, moon are together in the sign of Aries. So it's all about setting new intentions, new beginnings. And in the sign of Aries, it's all about doing this boldly, courageously, asserting yourself more confidently. Now, eclipses are a massive nudge from the universe to bring a change, to start anew. Now, Aries is a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. So there's a lot of action around cardinal energy. So it's all about powerful new beginnings. Eclipses are wild card to change because we are birthing something new here, something brand new. And we are taking this step forward in a bold and courageous way. So any challenges that you may face in your ninth house matter during this time, Leo, you need to handle these. You need to manage these in a bold and courageous and confident way in order to move forward. Now, ninth house is the house of expansion. It's the house of exploration. It's the house of our belief system, faith, travel, higher learning, our perception. So here an eclipse is all about new beginning in the way you expand your mind, taking on new opportunities, going beyond your current situation and all that. So this is a lot about, expanding your consciousness, new vistas, new vision for yourself, for your future. And this is going to be all about learning as well, because ninth house is about seeking the truth, going beyond your current knowledge, facts and figures, details. You're going beyond and want a more overall picture, the bigger view, the larger viewpoint. You will be interested in other kind of learning, something that you haven't done before, or even interacting with other cultures, people, traveling, exploring, expanding your mind. All this is really beneficial for you, Leos, during this time. So, here they can also be a connection to a new spiritual energy, maybe a teacher or a mentor, new experiences. All this activates your perception, all this activates the way you think. So, here definitely you want to expand your mind. Sky is the limit with this eclipse. Now, Aries is a very fiery energy, and ninth house is a fire house. So here you are definitely on fire, where instilling new faith in yourself is concerned, because you're trusting yourself more, Leos. Now, you're a fire sign, and Aries is a fire sign, ninth house is a fire house. So all this is very harmonious for you. So any new quest, new meaning that you are seeking during this time, looking for answers and all that, is going to go well. All you need to do is stretch your imagination, go beyond, go where you have never gone before, higher learning, learn something new. Maybe you want to explore learning, maybe you want to study something new, expand your mind and all that. So this is really good time to do that. Trust yourself, trust your instinct, and believe in something bigger than yourself. Now, you are moving away from small talk because the third house, where the lunar eclipse occurred on the 25th of March, is the house of small talk, details, facts, and all that. So you're moving away from that. You're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at the bigger picture. You're building a world view that's more aligned to you. You're finding something new to build on. So here it is very important, the new reality that you're seeking is aligned to your core values, what you want. And here your core values may also expand, may also evolve going forward. So you're aligning into a new reality. And all this requires more courage, more boldness in order to move forward. Now, you do need to get out of your comfort zone, Leos, because third house is the house of, your current situation, your immediate environment. And ninth house is the house of foreign lands. It's a house of not just physical but also mental exploration. So even if you're not traveling during this time, you are expanding your mind and you're going beyond, really beyond what you have done before. So this eclipse is going to really trigger you to be more brave, more strong, and overcome any fear of connecting with people from different culture, or or connecting with new viewpoints. So if you're restricting yourself, this is the time to overcome your fears, vulnerabilities, guilt, shame, anything that is holding you back from connecting with new perspective. Now, if you are fearful of traveling maybe to a different country or culture, or if you have never done before, this is a great time to overcome these fears and really go beyond and explore and travel, because it's going to be really good for you. Because when you travel abroad and you meet new people, it really expands your mind. It really gives you more experience and really opens up your mind at the end of the day. So all this can lead to spiritual awakening as well. It will open your eyes to these new perspectives, these new viewpoints, these new thought processes. And that is very good for you, Leos, going forward, because this is going to really lead to not just spiritual expansion and mental expansion. This will also trigger you to overcome any kind of fears that you may have around these matters. Now, Mercury is retrograde during this eclipse in the sign of Aries, so in your ninth house. Now, this can lead to a blockage in thinking, or you may be unsure of what you are doing or what you want to do. Now, don't let this hold you back from your blessing. If there are any lack of clarity during this time, it's important to look deeply into matters and find solution going forward in order to bring in these new experiences in your life, because there's a new beginning happening in your ninth house following this solar eclipse. And the effect of the solar eclipse unfolds over the next 6 months, so you will feel this energy over the next 6 months. Now, the ruler of this Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this eclipse. So that gives us determination to overcome obstacles. And that's what is required, because Aries energy is bold, it's courageous, it's about taking initiative and all that. And that is what is needed in this new quest, in this looking for answer, looking for fulfillment, looking for new meaning in your life going forward, Leos. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Virgos. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Virgos, the Aries solar eclipse is occurring in your eighth house, and it's on the 8th of April at 19 degrees Aries. So it's a significant eclipse. It's a massive shift. It's a time of massive shift. It's a nudge from the universe to, have new beginnings. Now, we did had a Libra lunar eclipse, which was in your second house. So that was a time of releasing, any toxic way of relating to, second house matters for you, Virgos. Now, you're seeking new beginnings in the eighth house matter. Now, it is an Aries solar eclipse, so it's all about boldness. Now, if you have rising sun or moon in the sign of Virgo, then this reading will apply to you. Now, also do look at your chart and see if there is any Aries planets in your chart. that will fall in your 8th house. So if you do have any planets in Aries, then this eclipse will be more personally felt and more significantly felt for you. Now, Sun and Moon are both in Aries. It's a new moon situation. So it's all about bold intention setting. So you're setting new intentions for new beginnings. Now, the effect of the solar eclipse will be felt over the next 6 months. It unfolds over the next 6 months. So even if something gets triggered on the 8th of April, you will feel this energy unfolding over the next 6 months until the full moon, until the full moon in September or October on this Libra Aries axis. Now, eclipses are this wild card to change. It's a catalyst to transformation. So here you are seeking new beginnings in your 8th house matter where Aries sign sits. The universe is pushing you to bring these change, these bold new changes. Now, Aries is a fire sign. It's a cardinal fire sign. So there's a lot of action, a lot of impulsivity, a lot of, movement in this, a lot of movement in your 8th house. So it's all about, being courageous, being assertive. These powerful new beginnings will come about if you are a bit more bold in your action taking. Now these are massive catalysts to change because you're birthing something new here, something brand new. We are taking this step forward in a very authentic way, in a very authentic way, something that is fulfilling to us, something that mirrors our own soul, our own values, our own goals. So here, if there are any challenges with this eclipses, which there will be, you need to overcome those challenges in a bold, courageous way. It's very important you're really putting yourself first here because Aries is about self. 8th house is the house of shared resources, shared, power. It's a house of debt. It's a house of transformation. It's a house of death and rebirth and all that. So it's a very intense house. There is a lot of energy, happening here. So there's a lot of transformation, a lot of changes, crisis, trauma. All that is all that is being released. This eclipse is asking you to bring a change in these areas. If you have any vulnerability or fear or guilt or shame around money matters, especially dependency on other people's resources, or how other people perceive you or value you based on resources, all these needs to be released. And it's important to seek this new growth in your 8th house matter with this eclipse. Now, this is going to be focused on your taxes, loan, debt, any financial matter that is not self-earned. If you owe money, or if you're dependent on other people's money or spousal money, or if you have loans, or if you want to accumulate money to secure yourself, to feel safer, this is what this eclipse is going to trigger. So if you have debts, it's a great time to clear those debt. It's a good idea to manage your finances better as well during this time. Now, 8th house is the house of extremes because it's a natural scorpionic house. So here there can be intense gains or loss. So it's important to, cut a cord or connection or any codependency, especially if it's affecting your finances, your money matters. Now, it's important to streamline your resources as well during this time, because if you want to pay off debt, it's important to put some money aside towards that so that you're not carrying too much burden on yourself, especially if you owe to others, or if you are dependent on other people's resources. So it's very important here to trust your inner resources and really focus on managing your finances. Now, here there can be some random event that can help you increase your finances as well. Because these are, you can say, it's like blessing from the universe, because it's a mysterious house, it's a hidden house, so you can gain money in mysterious ways as well. This could be a new job, a new income stream, or inheritance, or some kind of payout, or some kind of rebate, whatever that might be. You may come across money randomly, and this may help you to feel a little bit more stable, and this can help you seek these new beginnings in the way you manage resources. Now, it is the house of deeper connections as well. So here there will be some kind of changes, transformation, new beginning in the way you connect with people. Now, if you are used to, having people control you, or people take advantage of your vulnerability, or you taking advantage of other people's vulnerability. It's important to be authentic here. It's important to invest in yourself and be authentic in your connection. If you want deeper connection, it's important to be authentic, and it always has to be a two-way process. If you're giving, you should also be able to receive from the other person. So if there is a kind of a misalignment in that dynamic, you need to look into that as well, Virgos, here, because life is transforming for you following this eclipse, and it will feel quite different from what you're used to, because eighth house is a house of complete transformation. It's a very regenerative house. So here you will experience these new changes, so you need to release any control issues, fears, guilt, shame, vulnerability, and all that, and just trust yourself, just enjoy the ride, feel alive, and really at the end of the day, have a better hold on your money matters. Now, Mercury is retrograde during this time, and Mercury is your ruler, Virgos. So this Mercury retrograde is going to affect you, and it is in your eighth house. So a retrograde Mercury can lead to blockage in thinking, or you may be unsure of what you're doing. But rest be assured, this eclipse is going to bring some new changes, and it's important for you to trust yourself, trust what you're doing, trust your instincts and all that, and not block your blessings. So you may also come into more money by joining resources with others, or spousal money, coming together. So all this is definitely possible during this time and following this solar eclipse over the next 6 months. Now, the ruler of Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this eclipse. So here, this conjunction of Mars and Saturn is all about, overcoming obstacles, being more determined to overcome these obstacles. It's about, being more pragmatic, more dedicated, and more focused in bringing these changes and these new beginnings in your eighth house matters, Virgos. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Libras. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Libras, the Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April at 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. So, if you have planets in the sign of Aries, then you will feel the effect of this solar eclipse a bit more personally, but more significantly. Now, eclipses are catalyst to change. It's a catalyst to transformation. These are wild card to change. So here the shift is on a massive scale. These are fated changes, destined changes that's coming your way during this time. Now, if you have rising sun or moon in the sign of Libra, then you will feel the effect of this. Then this reading applies to you, Libras. Now, Aries is a cardinal sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. So here there's a lot of activity. Now, Libra is a cardinal sign too. So, Aries, Libra, Axis, these are cardinal energies. So, there's a lot of activities, a lot of forward movement. Now, we just had an eclipse in your sign, Libra, on the 25th of March in your first house. So, that was a time of releasing any vulnerabilities, seeking validation, people pleasing, or control issues, or overly being focused on, self or hyper independence and all that. Because with this eclipse, Aries eclipse, solar eclipse in your seventh house, that's where your Aries sign sits, your seventh house of relationship and partnership. This is going to bring new beginning in your relationship matters, in your partnership. This can be romantic, business, either way, both ways, or one or the other, or both, can be both. Now, seventh house is a house of committed relationship, is a house of marriage, spouse. So here, this energy, this solar eclipse can bring a solid relationship in your life, Libras. Now, the energy of the solar eclipse is going to unfold over the next 6 months following the 8th of April eclipse. So it may not happen straight up in the month of April or in around 8th of April, but you will see this energy unfolding over the next 6 months. You will definitely experience new, powerful, and fated relationship in your life, Libras. Now, Sun and Moon both are in the sign of Aries because it's a new moon situation. Solar eclipse is a new moon situation. It's all about intentions. It's all about new and bold intention setting, new beginnings and all that, because eclipses are massive nudge from the universe to bring a change, to start anew. Now, with this Aries energy, there's a need to be bold with our actions. There's need to be more courageous, more assertive, because these powerful new beginnings are very much destined and fated to come your way, Libras. Now, here with this eclipse, we are birthing something new, something brand new, and we are taking this step forward in a very authentic way, in a very fulfilling way. We are really focused on how we feel, being more authentic, something that fulfills you, Libra. That's what you're focused on. Now, if there are any challenges here, it needs to be dealt in a courageous, bold way in order to move forward. Now, seventh house, as I said, is a house of relationship, is a house of your social interaction, business partnership, contracts, agreements, your spouse and all that. So here there could be an end to a relationship and thus a beginning to a new one. So you may have been going through relationship challenge in your life, which is all coming to an end during this Libra Aries eclipses. Now, Libra Aries eclipses began last year, so you may have been going through a divorce, releasing an old energy, old connection, cutting ties and all that. Now, with the lunar eclipse in your sign, all this was released, any relationship challenges, and these are challenges not just from external forces, it's also within yourself, your own vulnerability, your fear, your own trauma and all that you're releasing. If you were holding yourself back from entering new relationship because of past experiences, you are releasing all that, Libras, and you are seeking these brand new fresh energy in your house of partnership. You want to move forward, so a truth may come out to life about relationship during this time. Things may be more clear around this eclipse and following this eclipse over the next 6 months period. So anything can happen in the eclipse season, Libra. Now, eclipses are these massive nudge from the universe. It's all about moving us forward. These are fated events that has to take place in order for life to move forward. So this eclipse is opposing your sun. So whatever is coming towards you is external to you. So it's not you making this happen, it's happening to you. Now, this eclipse can inspire you to make these changes. You may want to be more bold in your approach towards relationship. So if you have been holding yourself back from any connections and all that, this eclipse is going to catapult you into making connections, getting into partnership, especially the ones that you desire, Libra, the one that fulfills your deeper needs. You are seeking deeper connection, you want genuine relationship, you want something fulfilling. So here it's important to really go after what you desire, something that fulfills your needs, your wants, your desires, something that is healthy, something that is growing, something that is authentic and all that. So this eclipse is going to shake up your relationship most definitely. You probably are experiencing this energy since last year, but this Aries solar eclipse on the 8th of April is going to, bring new energies in your seventh house matter. People will enter your life and people will exit your life during this time. So it's a great time to keep yourself open and, be more assertive and authentic in your approach when dealing with people during this time. Now, Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Aries in your seventh house. Now, this can lead to some sort of blockage in thinking, or you may be unsure about your approach or about partnership matters during this time. This can also bring it back old energies in your life, old connections in your life. But it's important to not, go back into toxic connections during this time, Libras. It's important to keep your focus on yourself and move towards healthier connections, something that is aligned to your values, basically, Libras, something that helps you grow, something that is more connected to your purpose and path going forward. Now, the ruler of this Aries eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this time. So here you are very determined to overcome any obstacles. You want to move forward. You're very dedicated to what you want to bring in your life. And now it's very important to not block your blessings during this time, Libras, because eclipses can be very difficult time. So the energies that are coming your way during this time, it's important to let this eclipse unfold in a meaningful way in order to receive people who are more connected to your value system, your path and purpose. So definitely it's important to release, old ways of relating and really bring in these powerful, bold energies within your relationship that is more fulfilling and more connected to where you want to be going forward, Libras. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Scorpios, the Aries solar eclipse is occurring on the 8th of April at about 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. So it's going to be your sixth house. Aries, that's where your Aries sign sits, in your sixth house. So your sixth house is in focus during this time. Now, Scorpios, solar eclipse is a time of massive shift. It's a massive energetic shift, sudden shift. And this is for the purpose of moving us forward. Now, we just had a Libra lunar eclipse on the 25th of March, which was in your 12th house. So, your 12th house energy was in the spotlight. Now, that was about releasing old energies associated with your 12th house, which is, your past patterns, subconscious vulnerabilities, your inner connectedness, and all that. And also, you were releasing external validation, seeking validation from other people and all that. So, you were releasing all that energies during the Libra lunar eclipse. Now, Aries solar eclipse is associated with that release. Now, solar eclipse is about new beginning because sun and moon are both together. Here it's in the sign of Aries in your sixth house. So it's all about setting new intention. Now, Aries is a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign, Scorpios. So it's all about taking action, taking bold action, being more assertive, more courageous, more authentic, where your sixth house matters are concerned. So if you have any planets in the sign of Aries, you will feel the effect of the solar eclipse a bit more personally, a bit more significantly, Scorpios. Now, Aries energy is this fiery energy, so it's all about a powerful new beginning. This eclipse is going to be a wild card to change. It's a catalyst to transformation. Now, this is because we are birthing new ideas, and this needs to be done by taking this bold, authentic, courageous step forward. Now, any challenges that you may be faced during this time in your sixth house matter, which is the work, health, your daily routine, your habits, and all that, here that needs to be dealt in a courageous manner, in order to move forward. So you need to be bold during this time, Scorpios. Now, sixth house is work and health and your daily life, basically. So here there can be changes in your schedule, basically your routine, your habits. So you may be shifting jobs, maybe new jobs or new work environment, new work colleague and all that. Or if it's not associated with the job itself, just your daily routine, your what you do on a daily basis, your habits and all that will go through a change, and there will be a new beginning there. Now, you may be leaving old toxic either habit or work situation or a health habit or any kind of routine that is not working for you anymore, Scorpios. So you're releasing any old ways of doing things and introducing new energy in your sixth house, because this is all about new beginning. Solar eclipse is about new beginning. So this is a great time for a new schedule, a new health habit, a health regime, diet plan, whatever you want to introduce during this time, an exercise routine maybe. So this is a great time to do that, and also connect with what fulfills you more, in terms of your health, in terms of your work situation. What is more fulfilling to you? What suits you more? What goes better with your daily life, your energy, what you want to do going forward. You don't need to overwork yourself, you don't need to overextend yourself, Scorpio. This is all about your routine, and streamlining it in a way that is more conducive to your well-being, more aligned with your goals, how you want to progress and all that. So definitely this is a time to embrace something that feeds your spirit, something that makes you happy, Scorpios. Now, you may be doing your career in a new way during this time, maybe a new job. You may be getting a new job or a promotion, or you may be going part-time or full-time or permanent or temporary, whatever, you may be changing your work schedule here. You may be taking on less hours because, if it gets very stressful and it's affecting your health, you may be changing your, schedule due to that. Now, you could also be, taking on a promotion or a leadership role or a managerial role, or stepping up during this eclipse. You're up leveling yourself, and this can be in the way that is fulfilling for you, in the way that is aligned with you. So it may not necessarily be taking on more responsibility, it could just be taking less responsibility, which is more helpful for you. Now, health and healing is definitely at forefront as well with the sixth house energy. So here you're seeking bold new beginnings in your health matters as well. Now, the energy of eclipse unfolds over the next 6 months. So from the 8th of April over the next 6 months. So you will feel this energy over the next 6 months. Now, this new beginning in your health matters is very important because you need to take care of your health, Scorpios. Now, take more responsibility and stand up for yourself, especially in terms of health matter and habits and work and all that. If there is something that is stressing you, something that is not good for you, Scorpios, release that energy and introduce things that is better for you, more healthier for you. So better daily routine is definitely needed, better health plan. If you need to go and see a doctor for your health matters, do it, because that will help you understand your health needs and where you need to be more careful if there are any concerns and all that. Take that decision to improve your health. If it has been suffering until now, Scorpios, this is your opportunity to see your health in a new light. Be more serious about your well-being, be more serious about your health matters, Scorpios, and take things in your own hand. This is not the time to depend on others. Aries is about self. It's about taking action, taking things in your own hand, being more authentic, more assertive. So here you're taking your work, your health and routines in your own hand. You're improving all this by being more proactive, more authentic, Scorpios. Now, Scorpios, Mercury will be retrograde during this time in the sign of Aries, which is your sixth house. So again, with a retrograde Mercury, we turn inward. So there can be some blockages in thinking, or you may be unsure of what to do, or you may have to do a little bit more research, more introspection to get the answer. But that's fine, Scorpios. It's good to do the research and, really get the clarity that you need in order to move forward. This powerful new beginning requires you to be a little bit more serious, a bit more upfront with your well-being, Scorpios. Now, the ruler of Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this eclipse. So here you are very determined to overcome any obstacles that may come your way, because you are very serious about your work and health matters, your habits and all that. So overall, Scorpios, this solar eclipse in the sign of Aries on 8th of April is going to trigger these powerful new beginnings where your work schedule, your workout plan, your health, your job, your daily routine, all this is concerned. And it's important to lead in an authentic way and lead from what fulfills you, what aligns with you, and introduce these new beginnings going forward, Scorpios. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Sagittarius, the Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April at 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. So it's in your fifth house. Aries sign sits in your fifth house. So your fifth house matters is at the forefront here. Now, Sagittarius, if you are Sagittarius rising, sun, or moon, then this reading is for you. And also, if you have planets in the sign of Aries in the fifth house, then you will feel the effect of this eclipse a little bit more personally, more significantly. Now, solar eclipse is a new moon situation. So sun and moon both are together. Now, new moon is a time of intention setting, new beginnings, new fresh start and all that. Now, it is an Aries solar eclipse, so it's going to be all about bold new beginnings, bold new action taking, bold new intention setting. Now, Aries is a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. So here the energy is very much forward moving, it's very authentic, very proactive, very impulsive, very original. Now, solar eclipses are massive nudge from the universe. So here what happens is the universe is nudging us, pushing us forward to make these changes, to bring these new beginning, take on these new journeys in order to move forward. Now, the energy of the eclipse unfolds over the next 6 months. So, starting from the 8th of April, around 8th of April, over the next 6 months. So, you will feel this energy unfolding during this period. Now, Aries solar eclipse is all about boldness, courage, self assertion. It's a powerful new beginning, it's a catalyst to transformation, it's a wild card to change. So, here we are birthing something new, something brand new, and we are taking this step forward in a bold and courageous way, Sagittarius. Now, if there are any challenges, these challenges need to be dealt with in a courageous, bold, authentic way. Now, all this is happening in your fifth house. Now, fifth house is a house of creative self-expression. It's a house of pleasure, love, romance, your children, your inner child, all that. Now, this Aries solar eclipse is trining your sun. So Sagittarius energy is fire energy, and Aries is fire energy. So it's a harmonious solar eclipse for you, Sagittarius. Now, here, new desires will come to fruition over the next 6 months. Now, here you have new goals as well, new creative goals, new need to express yourself creatively more during this time. And it's a good idea to do that. So, if you have any passion projects, any artistic projects, any creative, you want to express yourself creatively, anything that you're working on, you want to move that forward, or something you want to start during this time, this is a great time to do that, Sagittarius. And with this Aries energy, you need to, be a little bit more confident within yourself to do that. Don't hold yourself back, Sagittarius. Just take on these opportunities that come your way and make the best use of it. Now, here they can be, new romance as well, because fifth house is the house of dating, romance, love, flings and all that. So there can be new romance as well. Going forward. Now, fifth house is also a house of children. So there can be possible pregnancy or childbirth or something related to your children, a new beginning related to your children. Now, fifth house energy is the passion energy. It's a heart-centered house. So it's a house of your desires, it's the party house, it's a playful house. So it also deals with you having fun, it's the house of pleasure seeking, letting your hair down, not be too stuck with other responsibilities and all. It's a very free-flowing house. So you are really letting your hair down, going with the flow a little bit as well during this time. Now, fifth house also deals with hobbies and your talents and all that. So here you are maybe reclaiming a hobby, and working on something that is like a hobby, and making it more of a creative project, passion projects going forward. Now, do things that make you feel alive. So whatever your passion is, Sagittarius, use this time to have this new energy, new boost of energy in your fifth house matter. Now, fifth house is the soul house because it's a natural Leo house, so it's ruled by the sun. So it's got that sun energy, happy, sunny disposition. That's what fifth house has. So here you are also prioritizing your inner child as well. Now, if there's a need for inner child healing, that this is a great time to really engage in that as well. So if you have any fear, guilt, shame, trauma attached to childhood conditioning and all that, this is the time you're releasing all those, and really bringing out the playful side, the lighter side of you going forward. So here there can be new creative expression. You may find your style, what empowers you, what makes you feel better, and really making your own decisions going forward. Now, obviously in love matters and romance matters, you're taking new approach here. So don't let any past experience, Sagittarius, dictate your current dating scene or creative scene, or your desire to have fun, joy, pleasure, and all that. Don't let past experience dictate your future goals, basically, your desires, what you truly connect with on a soul level. So that's what you are trying to connect here, trying to start having a new beginning. That now solar eclipse is this massive energy push. So this will definitely begin during this time, and you may have also been working over the since last year as well. Now is the time to really push these forward. Be more authentic and true to yourself, Sagittarius. Now Mercury is retrograde during this time, and it's retrograde in the sign of Aries in your fifth house. So there can be some kind of blockages in thinking, or you may be unsure about what you want to do. Then you may lack clarity and all that. But it's important to know that solar eclipses are, change bringers. So this is a breakthrough energy. So here you will definitely be able to move things forward. So don't overthink and don't block your blessings during this time, and really move things forward, in your creative aspect, your pleasure seeking, your hobbies, children, romance, whatever that is. This is a time to really not hold yourself back. Be more confident and more authentic in your approach. Now, the ruler of Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this time. So here there will be a determination to overcome obstacles with this Mars and Saturn energy, and this will help you in bringing this new beginning in your life going forward, Sagittarius. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Capricorn. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Capricorn, the Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April at about 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. So, Aries is your fourth house. So, your fourth house is in focus during this eclipse. Now, we just had a Libra lunar eclipse on the 25th of March in your 10th house, which was all about releasing. So we were releasing our ideas, our approach to wherever Libra sign is in your chart, which is your 10th house. So career matters, old ways of relating to how you approach career matters, your goals, your ambition, and all that. So you were releasing that. Now, fourth house solar eclipse is about embracing new beginnings around your emotional foundation, around your home matters, family matters, and all that. Now, Capricorn, if you have the rising sun or moon in the sign of Capricorn, then this reading is for you. Now, Aries is a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. So the energy of this solar eclipse is going to be very much about forward movement, because cardinal sign is about action. Now, you're a cardinal sign yourself, Capricorn. So you understand this energy, and in your fourth house it's going to square with your energy, so it may be a bit challenging to deal with this solar eclipse. Now, solar eclipse is a new moon situation. The sun and the moon are both together in the sign of Aries. Now, new moon is all about setting new intentions and new beginnings, taking action to have these fresh start. And with this Aries energy, we are taking bold action, proactive action, being more authentic, more original in our approach towards this new beginning. Now, eclipses are a massive nudge from the universe to bring a change, to bring a shift, to start anew. Now, here it's going to be a powerful new beginning. It's a wild card to change, it's a catalyst to transformation. Now, the energy of the solar eclipse will unfold over the next 6 months. So, starting from the 8th of April to 6 months down the line, you will feel this energy unfolding during that period. Now, the eclipse is about birthing something new, something brand new. Now, the solar eclipse is about birthing something new, something brand new. And here we are taking these step forward in a bold and courageous way. So if there are any challenges, those challenges need to be dealt in a very proactive, very courageous, very bold way. Now, fourth house is the house of home and family, your childhood conditioning, your emotional foundation, your family members, and all that. So here you can expect some sort of new beginning in home matters. Now, this can be around family matters. Now, fourth house is also to do with your roots, your lineage, your childhood conditioning, and all that. So here, this solar eclipse can bring some sort of changes. Now, this can be positive or challenging ones, but the end goal is to heal yourself here, Capricorn. Now, it's important to make time for self-love, because this eclipse is squaring your sun, your core identity. So there can be challenges to your, sense of self, your goals, your identity, how you move things forward, and all that. So here there's a need to focus on your emotional self, on your family needs, your home needs, and all that. Now here you could be redecorating your home, or making home more comfortable, a little bit more like a sanctuary going forward. You could be changing home as well. You could be connecting with your roots as well. You could be connecting with people from your birthplace as well, and all that. So this is a great time to really connect with. So it's a good time to have these new beginnings in the fourth house matter. Now, fourth house is the most personal part of our life. It's very private. This is not the area that you share with others much. Now, 10th house is all about external validation, your reputation, your image. But fourth house is about your private self, your inner contentment, your own emotional foundation, your subconscious self. So here things are hidden. Now, obviously, here there's a need to trust yourself, and you will only be able to share your emotional self to others once you truly trust them. Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde in Aries in your fourth house. So here there can be some sort of blockages in thinking, or there can be some sort of you know you know there can be some sort of uncertainty or lack of clarity where your home matters are concerned. But it's important to use this eclipse to introduce these new energies, because eclipses are blessings. Now, it does bring challenges, but at the end of the day, it's all about moving you forward. So eclipses are asking you to prioritize matters that are close to home and family. Now, if you have been working really hard, Capricorn, or working too much, this eclipse can throw you a little bit off balance. You may not be very motivated to work during this time, because you want to focus more on your home and your emotional well-being, your emotional self during this time. There's a need for deeper healing around your emotions, around your home matters, your childhood conditioning, your lineage, your parents, your roots, and all that. So here you could be connecting with them as well. So there's a need for emotional healing. Now, just be mindful of hyper independence with this 10th house energy of South Node being there. There could be a tendency to rely on that, being more hyper independent during this time. So it's very important to connect with your emotions, and trust your instinct as well, because family needs and your emotional needs are very important during this time, Capricorn. And don't let fear, guilt, shame, or vulnerability overtake your emotions during this time. Be true to yourself, feel what you feel. Don't hide your vulnerability under anger or resentment, anything. Even if you have any kind of anger or resentment towards your family lineage, or family members, or parents, or whoever that might be, this is a time to not hide your vulnerability and really open yourself emotionally to connect with others. Now, the ruler of this Aries solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this time. Now, Capricorn, Saturn is your ruler. So here, this Mars and Saturn together conjunct during this eclipse is going to give you the determination to overcome obstacles, to move forward, to be more authentic and proactive in order to bring these new beginnings in your life, where your home family matters are concerned, Capricorn. So it's very important to connect with yourself, prioritize your well-being, self-love, self-focus is very important, especially around your emotions and all that, Capricorn. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Aquarius. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Aquarius, the Aries solar eclipse occurs in your third house on the 8th of April at about 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. Now, we just had a lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th of March, which was all about releasing. Now, this eclipse, the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries, is going to be all about powerful new beginnings. It's a massive shift. Now, if you have rising sun or moon in the sign of Aquarius, then this reading is for you. Now, if you have planets in the sign of Aries in your third house, then you will feel the energy of the solar eclipse a bit more personally, a bit more significantly. Now, sun and moon are both in Aries because it's a solar eclipse, it's a new moon situation. Sun and moon are in the same sign together, conjunct in the sign of Aries. So it's all about new intention setting, it's about new beginnings. With Aries energy, it's going to be about setting these intentions boldly, more proactively, more authentically. Now, eclipses are massive nudge from the universe to bring a change, to start anew. Solar eclipse is going to be all about these powerful new beginnings. Now, Aries is a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. So the energy of this solar eclipse is very Martian. It's very, go getter kind of energy, impulsive, confident, courageous, initiating, enthusiastic, really impulsive as well. So here we are moving forward in a very powerful way. Now, eclipses are catalyst to transformation. It is a wild card to change. So we are birthing something brand new here, and we are taking this step forward to bring this new energy in our life going forward. Now, the eclipse energy will unfold over the next 6 months. So, from the 8th of April, next 6 months is going to unfold. So, you will have this energy of a new beginning over the next 6 months period. Now, any challenges you face in your new beginning needs to be dealt in a courageous way in order to move forward. Now, third house is where this eclipse is taking place for you, Aquarius. Now, what is third house? Third house is the house of communication, connection. It's a house of sharing ideas. It's a house of your immediate environment, your community, your siblings, just people around you. So, here with this energy of solar eclipse here, you can expect some sort of massive shift, new beginning in your third house matter. Now, Aquarius, you're an air sign. Aries is a fire sign. So this is a sextile energy. So it's a harmonious energy. So bringing about these changes would be easier as compared to if it were a challenging aspect. Now, here you need to speak your truth and be bold, Aquarius. This is a new opportunity in communication and connection and within your local environment. And this can also be on social media. So, your online audience as well, if you have an online presence. This is also to do with your online environment, so you can expect some sort of new beginning in your presence, the way you communicate, the way you connect, whether it's in a physical environment or online. So it's a great time to start a social media channel, maybe online business, share your content, become a content creator, be more proactive with what you want to achieve going forward in terms of communication and connections. This is a time to communicate more courageously, more authentically, in an enthusiastic manner. Now, eclipses are massive shift. It's like kind of like a catalyst to change. So here you will have realization as well about your communication, how you communicate, how your communication style. Do you speak up for yourself? Do you speak authentically? Do you say what you need to say? As in, do you share your original thoughts, what you truly, want to share, or are you influenced by others? Because the lunar eclipse in Libra that we just had is kind of releasing these people pleasing manners, is releasing, seeking validation from others. And Aries is more about seeking validation within oneself. So this is very important here. So the realization will set in that you have to stand up for yourself with the flow until now, or not, really followed your heart or what you want. You may not have spoken up for yourself in an authentic way. So here, your needs and desires in connections, in communication, all that is getting a fresh start. So this is a great time to really, improve your communication, your presence, even with community, your siblings, just your surrounding. You're sharing ideas, you're communicating, you're connecting. So all that is going to get a boost with this solar eclipse energy. So it's important to stop worrying about anything, or especially if you are influenced by your fears, any guilt, any shame, any vulnerabilities around how you speak, around how you share your ideas. If your ideas were rejected in the past, this is a time to be bold about it and not let past influence the way you want to share or the way you want to speak up for yourself. So it's very important to not worry about things from the past and really open up to your needs and speak up your truth, be bold about it. So put words to your feelings, be authentic, Aquarius. Now, don't be brash, obviously. You don't need to be aggressive in your approach as you communicate. Now, Aries energy can be a bit reckless and can be a bit brash as well. But here we are trying to approach Aries energy in an evolved way. So we are being more courageous, more authentic, original, more brave here with our communication. And we are communicating in a healthy way, Aquarius. So here it's important to charge forward, even if things are holding you back, if we, especially if any kind of, there are vulnerabilities, if you have any vulnerabilities or fear around your communication, anything that is holding you back. And this can also come from childhood, because third house is the house of the growing up years. It's the house of your primary education. So any kind of, trauma or any kind of energy that affected your communication growing up needs to be released, and you need to approach this in a brand new way, the way you communicate. Even if you were misunderstood in the past, you just need to get over all that energy and move forward with this solar eclipse in your third house in the sign of Aries. Now, Mercury is retrograde during the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries in your third house. Now, Mercury is the sign of communication, it's the sign of connection and all that. And third house is the house of connection and communication. So here there can be some sort of confusion or lack of clarity, or you may feel unsure about what you have to say, or there may be some blockages in your thinking. But it's important to acknowledge that this solar eclipse is here to push you forward. So don't block your blessings here, and take action even if you are fearful or unclear. Obviously, you need to create awareness and be a little bit more mindful of what you are communicating. Once you have that clarity, it's good to communicate and share and speak your truth going forward. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars. So the ruler of this solar eclipse is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn during this solar eclipse. So this is about being determined to overcome any obstacles, to embrace this new beginning. So this new beginning needs to come about, and if there are any obstacles or blockages, that needs to be overcome in order to move forward on the path to speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, Aquarius. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Pisces. Welcome to your solar eclipse reading. Now, Pisces, the Aries solar eclipse occurs on the 8th of April at 19 degrees 20 minutes Aries. Now, this occurs in your second house because Aries sits in your second house. Now, second house is the house of earned income. It's the house of security, the house of self-worth, and your material possessions. Now, a solar eclipse is a time of massive shift, a new beginning, and it is in the sign of Aries. So it's going to have this fiery energy to this new beginning. Now, if you have rising sign in Pisces or your sun or moon in the sign of Pisces, then this reading applies to you, Pisces. Now, if you have any planets in the sign of Aries in your second house, then you will feel the effect of this solar eclipse a bit more personally, a bit more significantly. Now, Sun and Moon are together because solar eclipse is a new moon situation. So Sun and Moon are together in the sign of Aries in your second house. And it's all about setting new intention. Now, Aries energy is bold, courageous, authentic, original. So here, these intentions that we are setting, these new beginnings that we are hoping for, need to have this authentic energy to it. Needs to be original, needs to be bold, courageous. Now, eclipses are a massive nudge from the universe. Now, obviously, Aries is a cardinal sign. It's a fire sign. It's a cardinal fire sign. So these are powerful new beginnings, Pisces. And eclipses are a wild card to change. It's a catalyst to transformation. So here, your second house energy is being transformed. We are birthing something brand new here, and we are taking this step forward in order to really embrace this new energy. Now, if you're faced with any challenges in the second house matter, you will have to deal with them in a courageous way in order to move forward. Now, second house obviously is the house of your money, your finances, your savings, your incoming and outgoing, your financial situation, basically. So here with the solar eclipse, there is a change in your income. Now, this can go either way. It can be there can be intensity to it because Aries is ruled by Mars, so there is a lot of intensity to it. So these new beginning, it's very important, Pisces, that the material security that you seek, you need to first think or you need to first believe that you deserve it. So if you are changing job, or you're seeking a promotion, or a higher salary, whatever that might be, or if you are starting a new business or a side income, whatever that might be, you need to really believe in yourself that you can do it, because this change in income is going to come as a result of you valuing yourself, you believing that you deserve it. So, here with the solar eclipse in your second house, this can change your salary situation, the incoming gains, the money, but also the outgoing. It's also the house of expenditure, it's also the house of outgoings, savings, and also you need to keep an eye on your incoming and outgoing as well during this time. Now, the energy of the eclipse, the solar eclipse, will unfold over the next 6 months. So, you will feel this energy in your second house of financial matter over the next 6 months. Now, starting a new job, or getting a raise, all that is definitely on the cards. You can save more as well during this time. So it's very important to have a financial planning, a budgeting. So just keep an eye on your incoming and outgoing. Are you spending too much? Are you saving enough? Are you saving for the rainy day? All that. It's very important to be very careful around your money matters. Now, obviously, if you have any fear or guilt or shame around money matters, if you have not been very careful with your finances, if you have been very lenient with your finances, you did not take care of your budget, you have debt, you did not pay loans, or whatever, if your financial situation is not healthy, this is the time to heal that energy and really focus on your financial matter. Also, Pisces, if you have any money blocks, or if you have scarcity mindset, where you are worried about the money, you're worried about how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to survive, basically, how will you secure yourself. So you need to move from scarcity mindset to prosperity mindset, meaning you are trusting yourself, your talent, your skill, your ability, all that you will be safe. You will be able to use your skills and talent to make more money. So any money blocks during this time needs to be released. Any financial shame, all these needs to be released, and you need to heal yourself around these matters. So if you're spending more and not managing your money well, you are taking bold action here to manage your finances better, Pisces. It's important to acknowledge your financial mistakes and put a plan in place. If you're not good at money, this eclipse is an opportunity to be more mindful. Don't be impulsive around money. Don't just spend when you don't need to spend. Don't do impulsive buying and all that during this time. It's important to also build up on some new income stream, new job, more salary, take new opportunity to increase your money, increase your incoming gains, your finances and savings and all that, to build those things up. It's very important to focus on these matters. Now, it's a good time to review your incomes and outgoing as well. So it's very important to have a financial plan, have a savings plan, have a budget, and stick to it as well, because it can be challenging with this Aries solar eclipse here. The new beginning that you are seeking will only come once you release all these unhealthy, toxic habits around your finances and also around your self-worth. So you may be concerned, how will you survive with this lack of money and all that. It's important to change this thinking and take one step at a time in order to build your finances, Pisces. Mercury is retrograde during this solar eclipse, and Mercury is in the sign of Aries in your second house. So with this retrograde Mercury, you may have some sort of blockages in your thinking. There may be lack of clarity. There may be you may be unsure of how to do all this thing. But rest be assured, Pisces, this solar eclipse is going to bring solution. You just need to be open to it and trust your instinct, and you will get some sort of solution going forward. But it's very important to focus on your self-effort. Self-reliancy is crucial with the second house energy. You need to earn your own money. Dependency on others need to be released. Now, we just had a Libra lunar eclipse on the 25th of March in your 8th house, which was about releasing dependency on other people's resources. Now, this solar eclipse in your second house is about trusting your own instinct and building your own finances and not depending on other people's resources, Pisces. Now, the ruler of this solar eclipse in Aries is Mars, and Mars is conjunct Saturn in your sign, in your first house. So here you need to be a little bit more determined to overcome these obstacles. You need to trust yourself and be authentic, be original in your ideas to bring these changes going forward, Pisces. Thank you.